Well, welcome everyone to today's episode of TMI Advice You Didn't Want. Today we're talking about talismans, rituals, things that can help you manifest, all the things that we talk about on this podcast. So, in case we haven't met, my name is Karen.
And my name is Ashley. And yeah, I'm excited to dive into this. I obviously have talked about tools that I've used in the past,
Yeah.
and I know I'm a bigger fan, and I enjoy them a little bit more, but I also enjoy knickknacks and
Mhm.
mementos a lot too.
Yeah, and I've definitely like if you come in my house, I do not have knickknacks and mementos because I just can't. It feels like clutter to me, and I'm
Yeah,
like I cannot handle it.
I have so many.
Yeah, and Matthew's like that too. I had to really like let a lot of things go because he would receive things from like his mom or from somebody from years ago, and he would want to hang on to it, and I would be like, "This is literally trash, Matthew. Like we don't need this." And it was like, "Yeah, but there's a sentiment there that like. I love this thing," and I'm like, "Okay." So I would have to be like, okay, I would have to kind of pick and choose my battles there. But anyways, yeah. So we had somebody on our TikTok recently. I think it was on one of my videos, but I was talking about manifesting and how we are more powerful than um than anything really. Like we just are more powerful because we are the creator, and what we look at is the creation. Okay, so somebody asked me, well, what about, I think it was aho garlic, what about garlic, can this help me manifest? And my always go-to response for something like that is, you are the creator, that is the creation.
Mhm.
Like it it can help you because it has energetic properties, it has a frequency, but it's the creation. Like it's literally your 3D reality, okay? So like I did a video yesterday, and our brain is the projector
Mhm.
and the 3D reality is the projection.
Yeah.
So how come we would look at the 3D reality projection and say, oh, you are actually going to be the thing that actually helps me?
Mhm.
That's so backwards. Like we missed the whole point, right? Like the whole point is that we are literally creating this, and the illusion is that those things are actually more powerful than us, where it's just so backwards. And that's one thing that kills me within the manifestation community, because I will scroll through TikTok and I'll see people talking about um oh, if you use this can help you to manifest water manifestations, or, and there's nothing wrong with these things, guys. Like I will explain something else later of a realization that I had in a meditation actually this week around this whole topic. But like these things can help support you, but they are not more powerful than you because they are the creation. That's it. Like that's the end of the story, right? So and so many people I feel like get it really confused because we've been trained, we've been programmed since childhood to look for something outside of us that can actually help us. And really, at the end of the day, the biggest joke on humanity is that literally already have everything we already need inside of us, and that we are the creator of it.
Yeah. Well, I think like for myself, like liking knickknacks, like you can see like part of my shelf behind me. I have another shelf in front of me. I have a bowl of like gems on my desk. I have
Mm-hmm.
a china cabinet with like dried flowers and books and all the things. Like I love that kind of stuff. But to me, it's like a combination of like feng shui in a
Mm.
way of um like when you have things that support the energy of your home, you have more support. And like you said, like they're not going to be the thing that manifests. Like they're only going to be able to support that which I'm manifesting. Like it's not like I'm like, "Oh, like I bought this rock and now I'm manifesting whatever this rock does," you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mhm.
And like that's not how it works. Like, oh, I have rose quartz. I have a rose quartz heart, palm heart beside my bed, and now I'm going to manifest a romantic love that is the dream of my life. No, you're gonna still manifest like whatever emotions you're putting out there. It's just its frequency is going to support that
Mhm.
different way. And so, but if you're not at that frequency, it's not going to like pick you up. It's not going to make it happen for you. You have to come into alignment. It just supports you in that alignment.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, like, the support is the thing that I feel like people miss so often because, like, it becomes a desperation thing, is what I see. Is people will pick up like that rock and be like, oh my God, this is the thing that I need in order to create. And it's like, no, actually, you just put yourself back into lack by having that thought because that thought is actually rooted in desperation
Mhm.
because obviously you want something so bad or you wouldn't be going out looking for something to help you, right? Like there is a desperation there. And so the thing that actually came to me during a meditation though, because I was having this thought. I think it was right around the time where somebody mentioned, hey, what about aho garlic? Can I use that to help myself manifest? And I had this realization during a meditation that things outside of us have a frequency, right? So, like that rock that you just picked up, it has a frequency. It has an I am frequency that is not going to change its mind, right? Like that rock says, I am a rock. It just is, right? Like it just is and it will be, right? That's what its frequency is.
Mhm.
Okay. We have a tendency of changing our mind, programming our mind into some sort of subconscious behavior that doesn't serve us. And we then hold that I am frequency, right? And so, one thing that can be helpful is to have something in your energetic field, like a rock or any rituals that you might do that has the I am frequency of what you're looking to create, right? Because it's going to keep that I am frequency because it just is, right? Like that's just the creation that you see in front of you.
Mhm.
So it can help support in that manner. But it's so hard because you see this sticky slope. People get stuck on, oh, yeah, but I need to do this to my house. I need to do this and I need to carry this talisman with me all the times in order to keep that bad energy away from me. And the thing that we forget is that at any time during the day, we can have the thought, only that which is in my highest good. And if something I don't like, something doesn't feel right, and I can just say that, and that trumps anything.
Mhm.
And the truth is that like, yes, you have to have the belief behind it. There has to be that subconscious belief pattern behind it that this can help support me, like having even that thought, because you could say the thought, only that which is my highest good, but not actually have the belief pattern to support it. And that's not going to help you. Right.
Mhm.
This was something I also had to figure out too. Like, I have to have the belief pattern to know that that can help support me too. So the question always was, what can I do to help support my subconscious mind to have that belief pattern as well? So hopefully that all makes sense because you could get really lost in this. I know I get lost in this. Ashley and I will have conversations where we're like, I just got lost in my own thought, but I still track myself.
Well, for me, it's also like herbalism. So this weekend we went to this like cool little area, a couple hours away from us, and it had this witchy shop. And my oldest, she loves all things like this. Like she is so much a nature bum. It is unbelievable. And so she was picking up herbalism books, and she's like, "Wow, like how to use like earth and plants to support your highest good."
Mhm.
And it's the same idea with like echinacea, like
Yeah.
I take echinacea to support my immune system. Am I more powerful than the pill of echinacea? 100%, but we do live in a 3D reality, so there's no harm in
Mhm.
using that. You know, it's like the difference of drinking water versus Coca-Cola. Like water is so powerful and it is going to support our body way more than Coca-Cola. But if you have a high enough frequency, that Coca-Cola won't phase you. And this is something we talked a lot about with the whole COVID shot.
Hmm.
The will we or won't we? And it's like, well, at the end of the day, our body is like more powerful. Our frequency is higher than that shot. But um, do we really want to have to put that effort in? Do we
Hmm.
really want to have anything like because it's like we are human, we are struggling to keep that vibration high,
Yeah.
and so um do we really want that extra burden or that extra hurdle to jump over kind of thing? And so like sometimes I wonder to myself, like, is this like a security blanket? You know, like I love my rings. I don't really wear a lot of other jewelry. I like the idea of wearing necklaces, but I don't very often. And I love wearing rocks. I love that idea of like bracelets and necklaces and earrings. But when I put my rings on, to me, I'm like, is this like a security blanket? Like, especially the one ring, I was told by a witchy lady to wear it for court. And so I'm like, is this like a security blanket? Because I wear it every time I go to the courthouse, or almost every time I go to the courthouse. There's definitely been times I've gone to figure things out and haven't had it on. And it's like, no, it's like armor, you know, it's not a security blanket, it's my armor. And even like when you go to like the biblical side of things, like they talk about like the armor, and it's more of a mental state and everything
Hmm.
like but we do live in this physical reality. And so, like, for me, when I'm putting on the armor, it is gearing up my mental state. It's like, okay, I'm putting on this stone because it's going to help me with my psychic abilities and trusting my intuition. When I put on this stone, it's helping my intuition, or sorry, not my intuition, it's helping block off negative energies and things like that. And so for me, it's like it's my support. It's
Hmm.
not security blanket. Like I need this
Right.
to succeed, or if I don't succeed, oh man, this rock is broken and I need to throw this ring out kind of thing. But it's like this is my armor, this is supporting that which I desire and that which is my highest good, and helping me hold that frequency in a high stress situation.
Yeah. And what's funny is, so this actually happened to Matthew. He had gotten a rock. I feel like this was 2 years ago. He got one. And when he looked up what it was for, because he just gravitated towards it, he didn't know what it was for. But when he looked it up, he was like, "Oh yeah, I need this. This is exactly what I was looking to create." And so he brought it around with him all the time. Like I can't even tell you when he didn't have it in his pocket.
Yeah.
And then one day, this was actually pretty recently, he was like, he didn't have it. And I was like, "Where's your rock?" And he was like, "I lost it." And I was like, "Oh, well, then you didn't need it anymore." And he was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, you didn't, you already had that frequency. And so you don't need it anymore." And he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, well, that's interesting." And he was like, "I do feel like I've changed a lot since I got that." And I was like, "You have. You don't need what that frequency was." Like it was basically, um, uh, all about control and letting go, basically. And I was like, "I really don't think you need it anymore. Honestly, I think you've really mastered a lot of that." And he was like, "Yeah, I think so too." So when we went back to, this was like, I don't know, a month or two ago, we went back to the stone shop, and whatever one he picked out, he once again didn't know what it was for, but he was like, "Oh, this is really cool." He picked it out, and I was like, "Yeah, that's you. Like that's literally what I see you needing to work on right now for sure." But one thing that he said is he's like, "This rock has been different because I haven't been bringing it around with me." Like he's like, still feel like I don't like just need it on me at all times like I did that first one." And I'm like, "Cause you probably don't. Like you probably really just don't need that kind of thing to support you anymore. Because you are working through a lot of layers all at once because of our daily ritual of meditation." And I'm calling it a ritual because we literally show up for it every single day without fail. Like it's like a date with ourselves, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I personally think that having a date with yourself is way more important
Yeah.
than the outside stuff. Because when you're having a date with yourself and you're sitting in your shit, which I like to do in the last couple weeks, I'm like, I'm literally sitting in the shit right now. I don't know what I am doing, but I'm sitting in it. But like when you're sitting with all the things that you've been thinking about and you've been dwelling on, and you're all the emotions that you actually haven't dealt with, when you're
Mhm.
actually sitting with them and you're like passively working through them, you are doing more by just being present than you could possibly by having a rock or doing a water manifestation or doing just about anything else. Like, I'm reading this book right now, highly recommend it. I can't go into detail about it because, you know, the book, the book honestly speaks for itself. If you've never heard of it, go check it out. The Presence Process by Michael Brown. But he basically talks about how the present moment is the only place to create from. And one of the things that goes along with this book is a breathing exercise. Okay. And when you do this breathing exercise the way he tells you, you are going to release shit. You're just going to. It's just going to come up and it's going to release. One of my favorite things that I've been doing recently has been to lay on my acupressure mat and do my breathing.
Yeah.
And some weird stuff will happen. My body will jerk in weird ways. And like, I'm like, I don't want to jerk because I'm on my acupressure mat and that hurts more. But I can tell that I'm releasing stuff because I'm sitting with the emotions that I haven't actually dealt with. And then now my body is like shaking it off. Like, ever wonder how come right before bed you will sometimes jerk awake? Sometimes that's because your body is releasing stuff that your body is finally able to relax fully, and now
Mhm.
it's releasing, and that's how your body releases stuff. So every time I have that kind of experience in meditation, doing breath work, even on my Shakti mat, it hasn't happened in a long time on my Shakti mat like it has been now that I'm doing breath work and my Shakti mat. But like as you start to release these things, you don't always. Here's the thing. I always used to think that it was like, oh, I'm going to feel better if I release those things. Sometimes you start to feel worse and then you start to feel better.
Yeah.
So be okay with the process. I mean, that's the reason that I feel like Michael Brown calls it the presence process, because you're just literally working through paying attention to emotions that you actually haven't paid attention to before.
Yeah.
And that can do just a world of good in creating any kind of manifestation, because those emotions we haven't dealt with are really the unconscious blocks that keep us stuck in certain places in our life.
Yeah. Well, and if you've ever tried like craniosacral therapy, like I
Oh,
just
yeah.
walked in that, and it's insane to have your arm literally go flying across the room, like
Hmm.
like literally that much,
Hmm.
and you're not doing nothing, and they're not doing nothing. Like they're touching you,
Hmm.
like just like laying their hands like gently on you, like they're not moving you or like putting pressure in any places that would create like a jolt in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, sorry, curious minds need to know, do you have any idea what those two rocks were?
I don't. I'd have to ask Matthew. I wish I did remember, but I could probably ask him. He probably is going to know what his most recent one is. I don't know if he's going to remember what his oldest one is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting whenever he looked up what they were for. I was like, "Yep, that's literally what you're working on right now. That's
And that's,
literally where you
yeah,
are."
that's the coolest thing. And that I think that's why I love them so much, is there's this like weird way of like gravitating to them. And it's like you can't deny the frequency is there. And that's how you said like
Yeah.
there is that I am
Yeah.
frequency and there is that alignment. And so I had a similar situation. I love rocks. I love going into crystal stores. My kids love it. We go rock hounding. Like we love rocks. Like and so I went into this one store and it was just me and my partner, and this lady was like, "Ooh, I can feel the energy of someone attacking you." And it's his ex. And I'm like, "Yep, yep." Like I've actually had people like call me up and be like,
Are you okay?
I can feel her energy attacking you, like you need to protect yourself like now or it's gonna fuck you up. And um and so, anyways, I am aware that this energy is there, and I've done a lot of things to protect myself from it. Obviously, like I'm not always perfect, but it's around me. Like so, people that are very intuitive can tell that it's there. And so, anyway, she was saying you need this stone, and I can't remember what it was off the top of my head right now. It was black. It wasn't onyx. It wasn't like the popular two black stones that are for protection. It was a different one. And I'm like, so in my head, I'm like, well, I don't need this. I know I'm more powerful than this stone at protecting myself from her energy. So I don't need this. And it doesn't align with me at all. Like I know that energy is there trying to like get at me and I know it's touching me. And and so then I was like, whatever. I don't have this stone yet. It's not in my collection. It was a new stone to me, and like I'll buy it. It was like a little round, $3 stone, and I put it in my back pocket and got into my car, drove home, and got out of my car, to go to the kids' school play. Sat at the school play, and as I was leaving, I was pulling it out of my pocket to show my daughter. Um, and it wasn't in my pocket anymore. I
Yeah.
had lost this stone that I didn't align with from the very beginning, but I'm like, it's a stone, it's
It's
cool,
a
it's
stone.
cheap,
Yeah.
and I don't have one, so why not? And I had lost it literally within a half an hour.
Yeah.
And
You didn't need it. You knew you didn't need it.
And like you're not gonna like I have shit tons of stones. Like you're gonna lose every stone you don't need. But it was to me, it was like a little nudge of like trust yourself. Like you didn't
Yeah.
need like you know what you know and you're on the right
Yeah.
path.
Yeah.
And so like I buy a lot of stones just because they look pretty and that kind of thing. Um but yeah, so like just because this is another story that I think is really cool. And so there is a time and place.
Yeah.
But there isn't like a necessity ever.
Right.
Um so my daughter wanted stone earrings and she really wanted to buy these earrings. We were at like Banff, it's like a special kind of place, and we were in a crystal shop that was bigger than my house. It was huge. And she had picked out these earrings and I thought it was like green adventuring. That's what I thought the stone was. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, it's good luck, it's wealth, it's like prosperity, like, like that kind of thing. And I'm like, that's cool. I like the idea of you having that stone. Like, there's no, like, it's just a good stone to have in general. And so then we bought them for her, and the lady gave us a little card that came with it. And because they all have like numbers, and so all the descriptions weren't on each piece of jewelry. And so she gave it to us after we purchased them. And again, it was a stone that I had never heard of, and I don't even remember what it's called right at this moment. And we were reading it and it was like, holy shit, this is you. And it was all about like intuition, but more in the like psychic realm of like communicating with your higher angels. It was about creativity and confidence, and it was about all the things that are either her strong suits or the things that she wants to become, like she's aware that she lacks in confidence and she wants to grow her confidence. It was either her strong suits that she like will excel at life, like when you build your strengths, that's really where you want to put your focus. Um, or it was about the things that she wants to grow to help grow those strengths. It
Mhm.
was unreal how bang on it was. I literally started reading the card and just like literally laughed
Mhm.
because it was so perfect. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool when that happens.
Yeah. One of the things that I like to do whenever I basically I try to live my life with intention. Okay. Like that's really my focus. So, for example, yesterday I sat down to meditate. It was the afternoon, and I was like, I really just want to let go some stuff that I just don't need. I've been kind of dwelling on things, and I don't need to. So I sat down to meditate, and I basically asked myself, what is the thing that I can let go of that I really just don't need the most? And so I don't answer the question. That's not the point. It's just ask the question and then go into the meditation, basically.
Mhm.
20 minutes into the meditation, this was weird because I had to think about this after and be like, okay, yeah, that was exactly what I need to let go of. My dad calls me, and I normally put my phone on do not disturb when I meditate during the day, but I, for some reason, forgot to. He
Mhm.
calls me kind of in a panic, and he's like, hey, so your brother is doing this thing, and I don't like it, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, it's none of your business. Like, I literally was like, it's none of your business. It doesn't matter. And I really felt like this whole situation was I was him talking to the universe, and the universe going, it's none of your business. It doesn't matter when it happens. Just let it go and move on, kind of thing. Like, literally, I had to kind of like analyze that a little bit later and be like, oh, that's fucking funny. Like, that's funny. Like, when you look at life like that and you're like, okay, like everything does happen for a reason. Okay. I know that's super cliche, but I really do think that that was the answer to my question because he's literally on the phone panicking. And by the time we were done talking, by the time he was done talking with me, he was like, okay, I feel better. I was literally like, okay, did I just tell you what to do? That's weird. Like, I know that I'm wise in a lot of ways, but this is weird right now. But like, it was literally just a reflection of me. Like, I'd been literally, I don't know what I was panicking about yesterday, but my body just wanted to panic. Just
Mhm.
wanted to. It happens every once in a while. These are the things that I literally go, okay, don't want to do that anymore. I would like to meditate and get rid of this shit. And then seeing that reflection and going, it's none of your business what he's doing. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter because it's literally none of your business.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, that's exactly what I needed to see and what I needed to hear. And it's
Mhm.
just funny, like when you look at things like talismans and they can reflect back to you who you are, and you can see the universe actually has a pretty good sense of humor.
Mhm.
Like, I was watching a TikTok yesterday and this girl was bang on where she was like, oh, I just said bang on. I don't say that. You do. That's a Canadian thing. Anyways, so but this girl was basically talking about how oh my god, I just lost it. Wow, crap. My brain, I just lost it because I got so stuck in the fact that I said the word bang on and I'm like, what the hell? But anyways, I was watching this TikTok and I'm trying to get back to where I was thinking. I think I completely lost it. Yeah, it's gone. The brain.
You had just started a new thought, so I can't even really help you because you were
I
talking.
know. God, it's okay. But just know that this girl, she knew what she was talking about. She had it on point. Yay, her. But I mean, oh yeah, we were talking about how the universe has a sense of humor. Okay. So that's what it was. So the universe, like, we are not supposed to be so serious. We
Yeah.
really, and I even look at myself, I'm a really like happy go lucky. I see a lot of like humor in a lot of things that a lot of people don't find humor. Like, I just am always looking for the humor. But even I know that there is more humor, that there is literally more. And I take things too seriously too, right? Like, the best example of this that I can give is I was at a meditation retreat. This was years ago, and I will never forget this experience because it literally shaped so much of who I am. But was at a meditation retreat, was doing a walking meditation, and was having a really fucking good time. And during one of the breathing exercises, I found myself flat on my back, like literally screaming in laughter, asking myself, who is doing that? And then going, holy shit, that's me. And I just continued to laugh even harder, right? Like, the laughter that came out of me, like, I'm a really loud laughing kind of person. Like, that's just me. But the release that I had was freaking wild. And I know I needed it to give me a glimpse of how humorous the universe actually is.
Mhm.
And that was only a small taste of it. Like, I'm literally, just picture this. I just finished doing a breathing exercise and now I'm flat on my back laughing my ass off. Like, it must be so funny to some of the people that are volunteers. I actually asked some of the volunteers later, like, what was that like walking up on me? Because I must have been hilarious. They were like, we just had a great time watching you because you just had a blast. Like, I literally laughed there for about 2 hours. It might have even been longer than that. I know the meditation had ended like hours ago, and my husband and my friend were waiting for me back at the room so that they could go to dinner, and they were like, where have you been? And here I come, like, boo, coming in, like laughing my head off still, and they're like, what's going on with her? What just happened? But like, that's the thing. Like, we take it so seriously. This is
Yeah.
what the girl was saying on the TikTok, that the energy here is so dense that it has a frequency that can cause us to take things way too seriously. And it's really not that serious. Like, it's really not. That's my favorite thing to say to people on my TikTok profile that I'm doing TikTok shop on. Because I have some videos that have gone mega viral, and people will literally have a negative opinion on it. And my response to them all the time now is, life's just not that serious. It's
Yeah.
just not that serious. And I want to have more and more of that as I continue to grow. I think that finding the humor in everything and what's reflecting back to me is really the goal.
Yeah. Well, and I'm like, as you're saying that, like I'm thinking about like I am very playful, and a loud laugher as well. And like there'll be things that happen with like the kids or my partner or whatever, and we'll just have dance parties all the time.
Yeah.
And I love to like be silly like that. And um I can't remember where we were, but I just started dancing in this like very public place, and like not dancing well, like dancing to be silly.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, I don't think many people would be like, oh, that person is approachable and I want to be around that person right now while they're dancing and making a scene in public, like to a lot of people that would be like embarrassing. But my kids do it now too. And like they'll just start randomly dancing and just like celebrating and having a good time and all that kind of stuff. And um my like my daughter the one time just this weekend, not the one time, this weekend she was saying, I want to do this, but I'm too embarrassed at school. And I just said, like, don't you think it's more embarrassing that you're letting someone else's opinion stop you from being who you are and what you want to do?
Yep.
And I was like, I don't want to have anyone have more power over me. Like if I want to do something, I'm going to do something. Unless it's going to hurt someone, obviously, but
Yeah.
like she knows that. She knows that place that I come from. And I'm just like, I am not ever going to allow someone to stand in my tracks. I'm going to be me. And obviously there's like the we all make mistakes. We all do eventually get in our own head and stuff like that. But like I will be the crazy person every single day and love it. And I love that I'm showing them that because I don't want the standard like cookie cutter, like I have to fit into society by acting this way and all that kind of stuff. And yeah.
Yeah. I have literally been at restaurants and the waitress came up to the table saying, you need to be more quiet. People are moving away. Like, literally, I have had that. You just ask my husband. He was there. Because like it's not that serious. Like, we get so bent out of shape over the silliest things. Like, look at the things that you get bent out of shape about.
Yeah.
Are they really that serious?
Yeah.
No. They're not, because here's the thing. Even if they are serious,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it really, like, when you pull back all the layers, it's like, okay, but you were triggered by something else, not even the thing.
Yeah.
There's a
Ex-
trigger there that needs to be looked at.
Yeah.
That is the thing that needs to be paid attention to.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, like, the things that maybe we see online or the triggers from, I don't know, our kids, our husband, our whoever in our life, our boss, those triggers are there just to show us that we're
Mhm.
not being present with a certain emotion,
Yeah.
that we're actually stuffing something.
Yeah.
And that is when you can finally look at that and go, you know what? That's just what it is. Like, they are who they are. I'm going to let it go. That's when you can start to laugh more about, okay, this just happened and it's really hilarious, actually.
Well, and I think that's like my whole issue with like rules. Like, I'm not a rule follower, but it's like it has to be taken with like respect and understanding, and like, you know what I mean? Like, again, the not hurting anyone. Like, we were at this like farm park thing this weekend, and it said on the sign 5 and younger, and it's like this swing carousel. And my son is 6, almost 7, and he's small, like he's tiny, and he wanted to try it. I'm like, yeah, go for it. He's like, well, I'm not 5. I'm like, yeah, but you're not too heavy. You're not
Mhm.
going to break it, and you're not going to be disrespectful and be like a kid that is climbing all over it and disrupting the younger kids. So like there's no harm whatsoever in you doing this. And so I'm like, yeah, go ahead. You can 100% do it. And my partner was like, "Oh my God, you're breaking the rules." I'm like, "Well, no one knows his age. Like he does not look like he
The
can't."
Libra was worried about breaking rules. I
Yeah.
think it's great because our partners are both Libras. And so, literally, like, my husband cannot handle it when I'm like, no, we're going to break this rule. He can't handle it. He just, it's like, oh my God, no.
Well, and my two older children are Libras as well. And I'm like, if there's lots of spots open and it's not like packed with kids, I'm like, you guys can go on too. Like they're not heavy. They're not gonna be disruptive or anything like that. And I'm like, you're not gonna break it. But if like it's packed, then we're not gonna go on because then there's a lot of people already on. But it was rainy, so there wasn't a lot of people. And so at the beginning my son was on with 2 babies. So I'm like, you guys can go on. It's not gonna break it, and if more people come, we're gonna leave, kind of thing, because I don't want to have a scene or anything like
Sure.
that. Not that
Yeah.
be, I don't think. Um and so like my mentality is rules are created for people that are disrespectful
Mm.
or can't have that what is the freaking word? Holy,
Critical thinking that it's not going
like
to
common
work or,
sense. Like
okay.
common
Yeah.
sense. Like obviously like having 10 adults on this ride would be a little much, like
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And so both my Libra children were like, no, we're way older than 5. We won't pass.
We can't do that.
I'm like, don't. Like, there's no one else on here. Like, if there was 5 5-year-olds, you weigh less than 5 5-year-olds on here, so you're good, kind of thing. Like, don't do it then. And my partner, when just the younger one was getting on, he walked and he went away. And he literally he was watching us, but he was probably
Couldn't
like
handle it.
years away because he couldn't handle it.
Oh my God, I love it.
It was
Okay.
just my youngest one. He didn't know I had told the older two that they could go
Oh
on.
my God, that's so funny.
But I think for him, like, yes, there's the Libra, but he was like severely punished, like
Mm.
physically and emotionally, if he ever
So
crossed
there's
the
a
line.
trigger. Yeah.
So he can't handle it. Like he's like, you're allowing a kid to do that? Like I would have got beat if I did that.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah. Yeah. So, man, good
of.
stuff. Maybe we need to talk more about triggers because I think that's important. Maybe we talk about that next time. But, friends, we're going to call it for this one. If you're listening on your favorite podcast host, go ahead and give us a 5-star. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are. And if you're listening on YouTube, go ahead and give us a like, give us a subscribe. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are as well. So with that, we're going to call TMI Advice You Didn't Want a wrap for today. See everyone next time. Thanks so much for watching. Click on one of the videos below to continue hanging out with us, and don't forget to subscribe.